I've been asked by a few people how to submit and how to create and how to submit recordings for Orthodox audiobooks. And although there's been a very few guidelines before, as you can see right now, they haven't been exactly instructive. So I thought I would make this short screencast on how to show you how to record books and then how to submit them in such a way that then we can easily publish them. So I'll show you first in this screencast first my process for recording audio and how I do it, then what tools I use and so on. Then I'll cover an open source alternative. So the software I use costs a few dollars, and you can easily buy it. For example, on the Mac App Store, but on other places. But it works only on the Mac, and it's quite nice. But if you don't want to spend money on it, or you're not on a Mac, or for some other reason, then you can use this open source alternative that I'll introduce after a couple of minutes of this video. And then I'll finish up with setting up how to put your servers online and how to submit them through the submit form you see right in front of you. So that I can publish them and get the job done. So first, the tools I use. I use two apps. One is called Piezo. It looks like this. It's a very nice, simple app. And really all you need to do for this is click this little wheel here, type in the name of the chapter you want to record. So what I'll do is I can just type in test, and here you really want to use music low quality. You might be tempted to spoken word, but that will record an AAC file, which doesn't really work well with publishing online, whereas this will record a MP3 file. You could also record high quality if you want. It will take more space on your server later on, so and for spoken word I found that it's not a huge difference, so it's up to you. I personally use low quality right now, but yeah. And once you're done with that, you can click on this button and it will start recording, and I can say blah blah blah, da-di-da-di-da. And once you finish recording your chapter, you just click on this button again, and it will either show you the file, or if it doesn't, then you can click on this little cogwheel and it will reveal the file in the Finder. And you can preview it, this button, and it will start recording. And yeah, so you can review the file. And that could be it if you're a really good reader and you make no mistakes, which is not my case. I tend to sometimes trip over my tongue or mispronounce words and so on. And I would say the general policy of this site is what I do so far, and I hope to improve. But what I do so far is, if it's a minor mistake, and I can recover quickly, and then I just say the word again and don't really bother editing. But if I really mispronounce the word or trip over my tongue big time, then I'll stop and reread the whole sentence again, and then I'll use an app to edit it. So the app I'll use to edit it is this one called Fission, and I can open it in Fission. I just drop the file in here, and it opens up this sort of window where I view the whole audio file. Now, things I can do is select pieces of it, cut it out, and it will play. You can also select places and it will start recording. And it will start recording. It will play in a loop. Kind of a nice feature of this app, which I use a lot for figuring out for editing, is that when I read and I make a mistake, I make quite a long pause, and then there's this really nice command called tool smart split, which I can click here, analog recording, You can set up the length and the thing, and it will find, as you see these two green lines, periods of relative space. I can insert splits, then I can review these parts. You can delete the split, and you can delete the part where there's a pause and perhaps the part that wasn't right before it. Now, the other thing I do when editing is I can select the whole clip, and I can click this normalize button, which will make sometimes, especially, I recommend using a microphone, and your microphone might might put it a little farther away from your face and make the sound less clear in some parts. So this button will make the volume sort of the same throughout. And the last thing I'll do is I'll click the inspector, and here I want to fill this form out. So I want to say the title will be the title of the chapter you read. Artist will be the name of the author of the book. Album should be the title of the book. And you can ignore all of these typically. Here in track this should be the number of the chapter if the chapters are numbered, and this should be the total number of the chapters. This is for the reasons that if we finish the book, then it will be easy to compile it into sort of a one file version so that somebody can listen to the whole book. So that's the reason why you want to do that. Finally, you should provide album artwork, so you can find online easily cover pictures of books, and you can drop it there. So this is a book for Saint Simeon's book, and this is just nice because it will show up on audio players if people download the file. Now, once you're happy with this, you can just save it. We can quit Vision. Now, if you look at exactly free, so another way we can do this is you will go to Audacity, spelled like this, and you'll find a website that looks kind of like this. And here you click download, and it works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So as long as you have one of those, you can download the file. So the file, immediately when the file downloads, you can click here on this installer, open, and I can just open it. Yeah, click open. I can turn this off. And in Audacity, you get this one, which is a bit complicated. And then you click on this, and you start recording your book. Blah blah blah. I am recording my book. And once you're done, you click it. You click this yellow button. I am recording my book. You can play parts again. You can again select parts and delete them. So in some ways it's kind of similar. In Audacity you can do a lot more things. In some ways it's more powerful, but also, as you can see, a lot more confusing. So honestly, I have no idea what a lot of these buttons do. But I'm sure you can if you play with it a lot. As in Fission, which I've showed you before, you can again find periods. If you just put silence after you make a mistake, you can use this command silence finder. You can, I guess, use pretty much the default options. You can twiddle with this if you want, but I guess these default options will find. And again, we'll find these markers so you can easily quickly find mistakes. Of course, in a 5-second recording, it's kind of trivial, but if you have a very long recording, then it will make your job a lot quicker. First thing you want to do is called export. You'll set here MP3. You look into the option, check. This looks all pretty good. I'll type a name in. Let's save this to the desktop for now. Let's call it test. Save. And here You want to, again, for artist name, you again write the author. Track title is again the title of the chapter. Album title is the name of the book. Track number, again, number of the chapter. And you can ignore these. Click OK once it's done. Now it will ask me for this thing, which is a bit of a shame because really could be a lot done easily. But I'll click this download button. It will give me some stuff here, and here you'll find your system. So in my case, Mac OS. And then so click on this link. And it's really confusing, but what you want to click on is this one. Hopefully. This is very confusing. I really like open source software, but sometimes it's not the easiest to use, as you can see, but we're steadily getting through it. Again, I'll click open here, click through this dialog, just accept all the defaults, ask my password, I type in my password. I'm done. Go back here, should click OK. And my file is here on my desktop. And I named it test. Yep. So once that's done, you are all set to upload the stuff to the server. Now to do that, there's a million possible ways. I recommend using this service called Dropbox, which you can get at dropbox.com. And spend some time if you can looking at it. It's a very, very, very cool service. I recommend it a lot, but you fill out this form, download the little application, go through the installation. It's a very simple installation. Just click through all the links. Unfortunately, I can't really show you how to install it because I already have it installed and I'm not going to go through the bother of uninstalling it and installing it again. But what it will give you is typically this special folder on your computer called Dropbox, and everything you put into this folder will show up on every other computer where you have Dropbox installed and logged in with the same account. But what you're really interested is this folder called public, and anything you put into the public folder will be visible on the open internet. So in many ways, it's the most simple way how to, once you've got this installed, to publish random stuff. So what I've just got is in public, I have a subfolder called Orthodox Audio, into which I just put all the stuff I record. And I've already put this test file, which we made this button, and it will start recording. And it will show you this little icon. And once it's green, it means that it's successfully uploaded to the server. So if you change the file, it will show up with a different icon for a while, and it will tell you that it's uploading. But once it's uploading, you're done. Now what you need to find is the public link. So you right-click on the file, look into this Dropbox thing, and it gives you this thing called Copy Public Link. And you click on, and it just copies it to your. Now if you click here and paste, you can test it out. That this button, and it will start recording. Your MP3 file is online, which is great. And so now all you really have to do is submit it. So you go to Orthodox Audio, click on the submit button, which will get you to this form. Now you should fill out your name and email address. Please write sample chapter from sample book, like this. Into this URL field, please paste the file you've uploaded. And here, please write the name of the author. You tick these two check boxes. Just click submit. And you're done.